Hey guys, how's it going? It's Invicta TV here, and I want to bring a video today about the potential upcoming changes that they're making to Destiny once again, and as an answer to some of the complaints that they received post 2.5, and frankly, a lot of them are from pre 2.5, and I've got zero clue why they weren't thought of before. Well, I do have ideas as to why they weren't thought of before, but for the sake of hyperbole and exaggerating the incompetence that I find here, I might continue saying I have no clue why this stuff wasn't thought of before, and frankly, the changes that are being made aren't good or aren't enough. And so let's start at the top. Sidearms. And a not entirely shocking development, the sidearm meta has grown strong. Wow, they even admitted it. Yeah, we kind of expected it. Not entirely shocking. With its innate ability to not only keep ammo through death, but to also actually store it away, it's the ultimate gift for anyone who's running out. For now. We are currently working on a change that would allow sidearms to continue to spawn with a small set of ammo post-death, but keep them from stacking anything extra. So basically right now, if you haven't gone and play tested it, or you're not entirely sure, you haven't paid attention, which probably is a lot of players out there, if you pick up extra special ammo with your sidearm, you actually keep every bullet your sidearm had from the previous round, or the previous life, or anything. I always thought it was supposed to only spawn in with the set, 18 shots or so, but it turns out that it is just all the ammo that sidearms currently have. So what they're changing is they're going to make it only spawn in with the set 18 shots or so. I think Trespasser gets 36 shots because it's based on its burst and stuff like that. Now, the stupid thing about this is it doesn't solve shit, at least not for Trials. If you go and play Trials, it absolutely does not matter. You're still going to put on No Land Beyond, Universal Remote, Icebreaker, or a sidearm, and you're still going to run that the first at least 30 seconds of the match, and you're preferably going to get the drop on them in those first 30 seconds. I did not see a game where there were not fights in the first 30 seconds and that people actually were playing with legitimate special ammo weapons. It's not going to change anything because you honestly don't need more shots than those first, guaranteed few to be able to win or lose a round, and it's just not enough. The problem with the patch is that it solved one problem of, overly abusing special ammo by creating entirely new problems. And that's something that should have been thought of and understood well before it ever went to release. And this is going to be a fix that won't actually fix anything. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that one there. I think enough has been said on it. But I am going to skip over number 2 right now, Memory of Scoring. We'll get back to that one for the last one. Truth. Basically, they made it only have one rocket in the shell or something like that, and they're giving it just 2 shots instead. It used to have 3, now they're giving it back to 2. Whatever. Or something like that. Now, extra rocket into your backpack and bumping Truth to the max rocket launcher reload speed. Whatever. Who cares, honestly? Heavy swapping is pretty stupid in Destiny. I don't believe you should really be able to swap your gear around in the middle of a match to be able to get an exotic heavy out, and it's way too much maintenance for me. I never do it. I go perma sword and that's it. But whatever. Who cares about the Truth change? No Land Beyond. Now, this is something that's been asked about for 2 years. And this is a weapon that's been rampant all of year 3 meta, some in year 2 meta, even some in year 1 meta, but especially with special ammo changes, No Land Beyond really shows its strength, and that is that it doesn't actually have flinch. It has visual flinch. You will see your gun bounce up when you get shot, but it doesn't actually flinch. If you shoot while you're being flinched, you will shoot straight as to where you were aiming before the flinch happened. Which means it's easy enough to pop heads like crazy. If you get good with it, if you get used to the mechanic, you just pop heads not nonstop. It's pretty broken. It's literally broken. It's the only thing in this game that I think honestly has been just flat out broken, other than high caliber rounds not working. So now they're finally playing the catch up game and finally listening to us and getting that done. Yay! Blink, as you know, we've nerfed Blink a few times over the years. While we're happy with the latest changes, we believe the stack of nerfs has grown too high. Yes, you know why the stack of nerfs has grown too high? Because you sit there in your office, place testing with 0.5 KDs, and you think Blink is the fucking best thing in the game. And frankly, Blink is considered one of the worst jumps in the game these days for sweats. Nobody uses Blink. Nobody goes Blink in sweats. Nobody goes Blink at the top tier because it's incredibly easy to punish, especially with running shotgun. If anything, it supports sniper gameplay to get out of a hairy situation fastest, or to jump up to a situation fastest. Like, it is really, really terrible. And I don't believe 0.5 KD players should be making the decisions for the community because they make shitty decisions where they don't really know how things will balance out at the top level, or at any higher level, really. And they don't really get to use their smarts, because they're not that great of players, to figure out and flush out the most abusive and OP strategies out there. And let me tell you, Blink doesn't need to get nerfed. I'm so glad that they're removing the old recovery nerf, because that was stupid. That was way stupid to begin with. Hunters already have bad recovery. Running Blink on your Hunter immediately ruins the class, the Blade Dancer class, just because it's way too low recovery. And I don't know. And maybe, well, we kind of thought about it for Warlocks. Well, just do it separately, or don't do it at all. If you can't get that done, don't do it at all. Additionally, we're looking at pulling back at the time that you're HUDless by just a bit. I don't even know why you implemented that in the first place. It really is unnecessary. But whatever. Scale it back, because you guys don't have the intelligence to just remove it entirely and leave Blink the way it was. It's already one of the most underused and underrated jumps out there for both Warlock and Hunter. And it's very disappointing to see it go to waste. It was such a fun mechanic in year one. It was the best mechanic in year one, even if it was overpowered at that time. I think if they honestly just brought Blink back to the way it was in today's meta, I think the other classes can hold their own a lot better. We have 3 new classes to work with. We have new mechanics for each of the classes to work with. I think, honestly, that a lot should be undone to Blink, because it's completely killed it and made it useless almost in any competitive play, which is really where you need to scale things towards. Now, I did skip over the memory scores, so we're going to go back up there. And this one is very, very poorly thought out. Memory of scoring. This artifact has led to the greatest dance parties I've ever attended in Destiny. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're not funny. That being said, aside from encouraging these sort of team building events, once more, not funny, the artifact itself tends to inspire a more lackadaisical approach to gameplay. True, yes. We fucking knew this from the start. We knew this before the Rise of Iron even came out. Instead of continuing to encourage you to hurry up and wait on Super, we are looking at modifying Scory to motivate some activity. The change currently in testing requires a kill to jumpstart Scory's unique ability for the next minute. Once it times out, you'll need another kill to jumpstart it again. We believe you won't have any problems killing one enemy every 60 seconds for maximum uptime in PvE, but trials may offer a greater challenge. Now, this is very poorly thought out, and here's why. Frankly, it doesn't have a place in PvP at all. It's a very incredibly stupid mechanic, and I'm going to refer to this mechanic as the snowball effect, which Destiny has a lot of, and it's not the best way to design your game. So before, it used to be both teams could basically evenly scories, and it made both parties have to do it in order to compete with the other one doing it, and it was very lame. Now you have to get a kill to do it. So now the team, whether it's a lucky kill or a skillful kill, that gets a kill, not only do they get the advantage of, hey, we got a kill, so we're one up on the other team, but now they also have the advantage of having an entire minute of scories to abuse. So it's the snowball effect. The benefit of getting somebody down is getting somebody down. But now they have this additional benefit, and it's just going to create a more imbalanced game. It's not going to, like, back when both parties could just do it because there was no limitation to it, that's technically more balanced than this. And I understand people are looking at it like, well, at least now people can't just sit in the back in their spawn and abuse it. It's like, yeah, that's great. How about we also just get rid of the fucking thing in PvP? Oh my god, Invicta, that makes so much fucking sense. It has no place here. You're right. Thank you. Thank you, community. I'm so glad you could listen to me for once. This is truly unbelievable that they even have this mechanic in the first place, but now they're just creating it as a more snowball effect. Let me continue on what other snowball effects are in this game. So, you get your super, yeah, I'm a Titan, I'm gonna go smash, I'm gonna just run in headstrong, with my, what is it called, the top right ability that makes you unable to take any damage, basically, or make you immune, basically, when you're into your super. And I'm just going to go in there and get one kill, and there we go. That's 3v2, I got it down, and then you drop an orb, too. The orb, that's a snowball effect. The benefit of super is already in the idea of a super. You already have a super, you get it, you use it, you have a kill down, and that you can sweep the rest of the team because you have the advantage now. And that's only if you get only one kill. Imagine 2 kills, whatever. You don't need orbs. Because now it's, oh, this is awesome, I got a kill, I give my buddies super, now my buddies can super. Like, it's just stacked benefits. This is a snowball effect, and it has no place really in competitive play. The benefit of getting somebody down is already enough. Let's look at another snowball effect, revives. The benefit of a revive is in getting your buddy up, is in bringing him back into the fight. You don't need overshields off a revive. You don't need immune frames off a revive. You don't need any of this nonsense. That's a snowball effect. You just need the bare minimum, I got my buddy back into the fight. You shouldn't receive an advantage from coming back at a disadvantage. It doesn't make any sense. It's another snowball effect. A final snowball effect introduced in this latest meta change. With special ammo disappearing on death, now, if you go ahead and pop somebody with your shotgun, they don't have shotgun. You can continue popping them with shotgun, and they won't be able to return in kind. It's a snowball effect. You're not solving any of the real core problems of the game, you're just developing new ones to complain about. Something honestly needs to be changed. I firmly don't believe in any of the snowball effects. I don't believe orbs have a place in PvP. They're a PvE fun mechanic. They aren't a competitive mechanic. I don't believe in revive shields. They complete or immune frames or anything associated with revives other than simply reviving. It's incredibly lame. It's very disappointing that Bungie doesn't seem to really give much thought to this, or they don't care, or they don't have the direction to make it a competitively balanced game, and instead they focus on making it just a fun game. Because the problem with this is that it turns into, if you don't balance it enough, no matter how fun it is to play, we will always be bitching Bungie. And it needs to be addressed. So much more needs to be addressed, and I honestly hope more of it is addressed in Destiny 2. I think Destiny 2 is going to be radically different compared to what we have now. In all honesty, I think it's going to be radically different. And in all honesty, Bungie probably doesn't really give a shit about Destiny 1 because they're hard at work on Destiny 2. The PvP balance team is probably focusing balance on that game, etc., etc. So, take everything with a grain of salt. Maybe there's a silver lining that they're just working on Destiny 2, and that's why they can't focus on this. But still, all in all, it's very disheartening. And frankly, I still firmly believe that maybe the PvP development team needs a new head, or needs some new recruits, or needs to just include Prime community members, let's just say. Because it's very disappointing to see this game go to such waste, to see this game that we all love so much and have played for years now and always enjoyed, and it's the highlight of so many people's lives now, this game, and the community that's been developed through it, and the social experience, and to just see the PvP side of things really get tarnished. It's just very disappointing for me, and I hope people recognize that my frustration with it is just because I love this game too much, and I want it to be something more. But honestly, guys, these changes that they've proposed, all of them suck. Every single one of them. Or rather, like the No Land Beyond one, it doesn't suck, but it's like, okay, way to play catch up, way too fucking late. That's honestly what these updates are to me. Too little, much too late. And with that, I'm going to be signing off. So this has been Invicta TV. I hope you guys understand some of this thought process. I hope you guys honestly agree with it. And hopefully you guys, speak out some more, because it's clearly seeming to work at this moment. Unbelievably, it seems to be working, that speaking up is bringing some changes to the game, at least, and that needs to happen more. So let's speak up more, guys. Let's get upset at not enough, or let's get upset at the proposed thoughts, because this isn't good enough. That's just a snowball effect, guys. It's honestly not. Some people might be sitting there thinking, hell yeah, now people can't abuse it the same way. But it just leads to a different form of abuse that is honestly just as lame. And it needs to be changed. It needs to just be taken out of PvP in some way, shape, or form entirely, in all honesty. But otherwise, guys, this has been Invicta TV, and I'm out. Bye.